Hello everyone, Foobagooba here. Welcome back to another episode of Foobagooba Plays Neko Navy. So we're gonna jump right in again. We've been playing hard mode and just basically seeing how far we can get. I've been kind of on the fence as to what my favorite character is so far. We kind of figured out that they each have different abilities. Mugi kind of shoots in a cone. Chioko shoots in a bigger cone, and Miracle mostly fires straight forward. And they also have different bomb effects too. So Miracle gets a flamethrower that shoots forward. Mugi places like this weird green black hole of death that just eats everything that flies into it. And Chioko covers the whole screen in lightning. So it's kind of like very direct, very indirect, and like kind of in the middle. So I think Miracle is supposed to be like the high tier player kind of character, you know, he shoots in a straight line and is very fast. But I'm a little more of a scrub, so I'm on the fence between Muki and Chioko. I played Chioko in the last game, so I'm gonna try as Mugi this time and see how that goes. We're still working out what my favorite character is. I think I got an extra credit as well, so I have like 3 credits to start with. According to the title screen, let me move the cursor off the screen. First of all, get that out of here. So now if you look at the bottom left, I actually have 2 credits to work with. I don't know what I do in the game that unlocks extra credits, but what that basically means is I think I sacrifice about half my points, and I get to play with another 3 lives, basically, from where I left off. It's very arcadey in that sense. Except in an arcade, I don't know if it actually takes away all your points when you continue using an extra credit, but that's beside the point. What's important is that we get to see more of the game now, because obviously, if you're competing for high scores in the online leaderboards, you want to build up as high a score as possible, so maybe you're not going to bother with credits, because then like it just your run is ruined anyways. You may as well just try again if you're a very high tier player. But for me, what that means is that I get to see more of the game as it becomes unlocked. So we're gonna fight the first boss here. I don't know if I've been hit yet. Have I really already been hit twice? Oh my goodness. Alright, so basically, you may get to see what happens when I hit the continue button sooner rather than later. I would really like to not have to do that on the first level, because that would just be flat out embarrassing. It's embarrassing enough that I got hit at all at this point. It's really not that hard. This boss fight is pretty easy too. Here, let me actually do that. That'll do a bunch of damage. So that's what the special attack does for Mugi here. So that's pretty awesome. Got a bunch of points. That's actually probably one of the higher scores I've gotten coming out of stage 1. Still not too happy about the amount of damage I've taken so far. Puts a little bit of pressure on me to not take so much in this level, because the boss at the end of it is very difficult. I find, at least. You guys probably, like, you might think it's a joke, but it does not mess around, I tell you that. It's like a multi-headed flower that each has a different set of attacks, and they keep circling around, so you can't even destroy the flowers one at a time, really, because they keep flying away from you. So, I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll lock it down. We'll figure out a way to kind of deal with that. Maybe the way to deal with that is just to get better at the game and get our dodges tightened up. But, oh dear. So yeah, there's the continue button. Yeah, I think it does take away maybe all of your points, actually. I think it takes away the points that you kind of scored so far, and what I have is just because of the cats that I've picked up, the blue cats. I'd be willing to buy that. I think that makes sense. Still, it's a shame. I did, like, really well in the last game there, but that's okay. This time we'll try and do a little bit better. Really, I'm not super concerned about getting a really high score. I mean, now that I know that there is a high score, like, there's a little bit of a sense of pride that's telling me that, like, okay, I should try a little bit. But more than anything, I want to see the rest of the game. Okay, so I think the flowers that are damaged start to sweat a little bit, you know what I mean? I'm definitely just going to throw that down and try and get some major damage in. I was just waiting for it to recharge. Yeah, he's done. Alright, get out of here. I did get hit twice, which I'm not too happy with. That was a bad play on my part, but you know what, that's okay. And we've got a good portion of our score back, so that's all right. So we've got one hit left on this life, on this continue, and then we've got another continue after that, which is something that's new for me. I'll still try my best not to like get totally smoked here, but you know, we're gonna try and see what's in the rest of the game without worrying too much about without the score. I haven't actually seen the boss of this level yet. I don't know if there is one, quite frankly, because like every time I've gotten this far, he didn't show up. Granted, I've only gotten here twice, and maybe that's just like something that happens semi-frequently. Is sometimes the boss just doesn't show up. Oh, poop. Yeah. I think I'm talking too much. All right. So we're gonna enter our name here and see how we did on the leaderboards. I think we played as the yellow cat this time. There we go, second place, not bad. It's the local ones, or the Steam leaderboards. I think our score in 9th place is still holding. Maybe we do want to play as Miracle because that's where the highest score came from. Tell you what, we'll play Ballsy. We'll play as Miracle. Pardon me, jeez. I've got to get a mute button so that you don't have to deal with my coughing like that. This is what happens when I talk for long periods of time. I gotta get a glass of water to sit next to my desk here, but at this point it's too late. I've already started the game. Bad idea to take my hands off the controller for any circumstances. That would result in my rather untimely death. Maybe the right play is actually to play with this character, because it does tend to kill whatever it points at in a hurry, which is kind of nice. I do appreciate that. But with the other characters with a little bit more like bullet spread, like Chiyuki, like you barely have to aim. You can just focus on your dodging. Which sometimes can be a little bit easier because of the slow character speed. Relatively slow character speed, I should say. I mean, he still moves around quickly enough to be able to dodge more than adequately, but it feels a little bit more accurate and controlled, you know? Again, maybe that's just because I'm not super duper good yet. Oh goodness, let's clear all this mess up. Got another power up, that's very nice. Alright, let's go. Yep, here he is. So I'm gonna drop the bomb right away and try to do a bunch of damage to him. I think maybe that worked out because that arm broke a little faster than I feel like it does sometimes. Yeah, and that one's down. Cool, we're in the third phase of the fight already. Yeah, this is gonna happen pretty easily for us, I think. Please die. There we go. Got him. No problem. No problems at all. Cool. Nice. Well done. And again, we're up at like the 33 million range. That's pretty good. Alright, let's get into day 2. The Emerald Maze. My favorite area. Actually, I do like the area. I think it's a pretty cool place game mechanics wise. I'm not very good at dealing with that boss. Maybe the direct fire will help with that, because that will mean that the flowers will probably die a little more quickly, as if I take the chance to really aim at them. Which is probably like kind of the reward for playing with this character. Is if you play well, you play accurately, you get good, you know, you do a little bit more damage. Oh, drat. Okay, I got hit. That was the first hit in the game though, so that's pretty good as far as I'm concerned. Deal with these guys. Get out of here. I don't know what the difference is between the yellow tokens and the blue tokens yet, by the way. Maybe the yellow tokens are worth more points. It's hard to say. Oh, yeah. Also, when I bomb, I get some iframes, so it's good for getting us out of the spot there. Because I was definitely going to get hit, but I didn't. Instead, actually, let's see. Do I? Yeah, okay. If I fly directly into the flower, I do just die. That's good to know. So I don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, so Miracle here is actually doing a very good job of clearing up these flowers. I'm not really doing him justice because I'm getting hit so many times. But usually in 1 or 2 passes, these flowers are roasted. Yeah, okay, so that actually went much better than the other runs. Believe it or not, I still got hit like 2 or 3 times, but I did feel like I was doing more damage than usual. Maybe because I was focusing a little harder on like shooting than dodging. Now this will mean, of course, that on areas like this where a lot of enemies kind of spawn in a big wall, I will have to do a little more dancing about to hit everything. But at the same time, for those little guys that close the door in my face, I'll be able to shoot them directly. Okay, to dodge in between these shots. There we go. Not bad. Yeah, so for these pill things, I have to actually fly up and down a whole bunch. But the bigger, tougher guys like this that are a little slower and just have a bunch of hit points, those get dealt with in a hurry. So that's a trade-off I'm willing to take, you know? Work a little harder to get the really easy guys, but, you know, make the big guys with a lot of hit points a little easier to deal with. I guess that explains why Miracle figures in pretty heavily in the leaderboards, as far as I can tell. I didn't see anybody playing as Chuki up there. Because Miracle's so good at dealing with the big boys, especially the bosses. And if that means you have to fly around a little bit more to deal with the little ones, then big deal, right? You're afforded that because the big ones aren't shooting at you. And these still die in like 1 hit anyway, so big deal. Oh, want to get on the safe side of that guy. Yeah, get roasted. Oh, no, he got me! I am going to continue. I'm interested in seeing what's beyond. I think I'm playing kind of worse now that I have the opportunity to just like get 3 more lives whenever I want. I do have to tighten it down because this is my last play. Oh, that was really bad. I just said I needed to tighten it down and I go and do something silly like that. Come on. Okay, so those ones kind of shoot a bunch of little orbs in all directions, but also shoot a stream of bullets directly in my face. So I have to be careful about that. It's closed today. Does this level just like not have a boss? It's possible. It's possible. Maybe I just get a break. Oh well. Let's see. So we're gonna continue on to the meat level now. Sausage Fest. It is a penis joke. And also there are a lot of sausages. Thank you to Fruitbat Factory for that terrific joke, by the way. Actually, I wonder if Fruitbat Factory provided that for us, or if that was just like the original name. Because I saw somebody playing like the Japanese language version. Because she speaks Japanese and understands it. But, you know. But it was still called Sausage Fest. Wow, suffering commentary a little bit. That's the problem with this game, because I have to. I'm not so good that I can just like not pay attention. But like, so if I try to play better, I shut up and like the commentary suffers a little bit. But if at the same time, if I start running my mouth, I'm not paying attention to the game anymore. I get hit a bunch. Case in point. That's all right. All right. I wonder if there's a name just to like kind of ignore that. I definitely didn't get any kind of high score here. Yeah, let's get out of here. We're gonna play as Miracle again because we seem to do really well with this character. Just by virtue of being able to kind of deal with the bosses a little bit more easily. Maybe after this episode we'll do like feature episodes where we'll play as one cat or the next for like the length of the episode to try and tease out each one's strategy properly. So next one maybe we'll do Mugi for the whole time and just do them in order. So we'll do Mugi, then Miracle, then Chioko to try and figure it out. That'll give me the opportunity too to kind of get good at playing each character and spend some time figuring them out. So I spent the preview episode basically playing as Chiyoki, but like I didn't know how the game really worked yet at that point. It's hard to get a really good understanding of the game mechanics in half an hour of play. And I went in blind, maybe that's my fault, but you know, I really wanted to see the game. I want to experience an authentic, something authentic, you know? How did I already get hit? Oh my goodness. It's so bad. Alright. Yeah, I think with this boss we just want to hang right back in order to be able to see everything that's going on. Alright, so that's one arm down. So I'm taking a lot of stupid damage kind of fighting this boss lately. So we're just trying to play it smart. This one we basically can just stand still. Alright, there we go. That dealt with him. Cool, well done. Alright, not as really ridiculously high scores as we've gotten in the past, but that's alright. Emerald Maze, okay, let's see if we can do any better against the crazy flower monster. Gonna deal with these dropping cube men here. Get out of here. I wonder if we get bonus points for, like, killing things with the bombs, and that's why the yellow cubes drop. Because I only ever see the yellow cubes drop when the bombs are active. Maybe enemies I get with the bomb are worth more points. It's hard to say. Ah, he got me. Drat. Or maybe it's just because they don't want me like refilling my bar. Maybe they're worth the same, but they don't want me refilling the energy bar when I'm using my bomb so that I can just kind of chain it, because that would be pretty dumb. That makes sense. Because they still do drop, they still do drop cats, the blue ones, because I fire bullets. But, yeah. Okay, so what happens if we kind of start on one side or the other and work our way up or down from there? Yep, I got bopped. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe we try to stay at one altitude and deal with one flower at a time, because they seem to stay at the same kind of altitude. I think that that's kind of a winning strategy here. It feels a little bit more systematic anyways. I don't know if I probably didn't do very well, but I feel better about that particular game than about others. I mean, I still got hit like 3 times, but, you know, details. Alright, onto the hospital. Realistically, this is probably a vet's office, come to think of it. This is probably like the biggest vet's office I've ever seen. If it is, well, no. I don't think I've seen a vet's office where they have like beds built for humans though, so maybe it is just a hospital, I don't know. I saw like an x-ray of a cat somewhere though. Who knows? Maybe it's a the definition of a general hospital. It will treat any species. They're generalists. If you're some kind of weird animal, they'll figure it out. They're good doctors here. They're paid very highly. This is Japan. They pay their doctors well. Japan's very good about that. They've got a pretty nice system going on, from what I've heard. I'm pretty sure they have public health care. I'm pretty sure. But they, like, actually do pay the doctors, unlike in Canada, where the doctors are paid very poorly. Well, I mean, I say very poorly. It's not like they're getting paid, like, minimum wage, but, you know, they don't make the same kind of crazy money that they make in the US. Of course, in the US, I mean, getting care is so expensive, so the money's coming from the money's going somewhere, right? Ah. That's what happens. I'm talking about serious issues and I'm getting punished for it. The game's telling me, shut up about politics, you idiot. Pay attention. My problem is that I've watched a lot of like guys like Northern Lion who just have thousands and thousands of hours in the games that they play, and so that's basically all autopilot for them. So they can just bullshit commentary all they want without getting punished for it, you know. All right, warning. So I have not yet encountered a boss here, so I get the feeling there's just like no boss fight in this level. Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess that's fine with me. I'll happily continue on to the sausage party level, the meat locker. This one's very Hotline Miami. At least as like Hotline Miami as this game gets. I have not played that game, by the way. I do have bits of the soundtrack though. And let me tell you, that is some jamming shit. Carpenter Brute and Perturbator. I hope I'm pronouncing those remotely correctly. Perturbator? Whatever. It's good shit. Listen to it. Buy their albums on Bandcamp or whatever the fuck the website is that I use. What gets used more? Is it SoundCloud or Bandcamp or is it one of those? Last FM? I don't know. There's one website in particular that like a lot of artists post their stuff because they basically get paid directly for their albums. I don't know how much money goes to the publisher that way. I'm hoping that the artists get the majority of it. Because I like to buy the albums digitally, one, because it means that I don't have to leave my house, which is always a bonus. But I also want to support the artists as much as possible. Because, you know, I think that's important. You know, when I have the money. The other thing is that a lot of those websites kind of give you a pay what you can option. So sometimes I kind of tip generously, and sometimes I say like, yeah, I can only afford to give you like 50 cents, but I want to listen to your music and get the word out because I respect you. You know, as an artist, I want you to do well. So getting the download count up and being able to get their name out and say like, yeah, this guy's good. I'll support you by listening to your music. Without like outright stealing it. The other thing is about online stuff is that a lot of the online services have just gotten really good in comparison to how they used to be. I don't have iTunes installed anymore because one, I don't own an iPod. But I don't own an iPod because iTunes is awful. I don't have to freaking use it anymore because there are better services available. I don't have to get all this DRM involved. I just buy it, you know? I don't need a program to tell me, like, how I'm allowed to use my music. It's like, god damn it, just give me the freaking file so I can listen to it. No, it's more complicated than that, apparently. Give me, just make it easy to use. Give me an easy to use platform, and you know your content's not going to get stolen. That's why I think Spotify's doing really well and Netflix are doing really well. Services like that, I bet, have done more to combat piracy than any amount of DRM and anti-piracy software. Just because, like, piracy is like you get stuff for free, but it's janky, you know, and you never know what kind of like virtual SSDs you're giving your computer by using programs like that. So it's good to it's you're paying for the services, but I mean you're paying less than you would if you were buying them song by song for $1 on iTunes, and you're getting like real collections, like an album at a time, which is nice. But more than that, I mean, it's just you get the sound files that you can just put on whatever you want. It's convenient. It's like I don't pirate music because I've got services like that. I don't pirate games because I've got Steam. I pirate movies because there's Netflix. Just like a lot of the time, it's just like, just let me pay you, for crying out loud. Because I'm willing to pay for the services like 90% of the time. It's just like the anti-piracy measures just make it too difficult to actually. I found the pause button by accident. I was trying to hit bomb, but I found the pause button. Just let me, just you make it easy for me to pay you for the content and services you're rendering to me, then I will pay for them. If you make it difficult, like a lot of the time it's easier just to get a ripped copy of something because the legit version's impossible to freaking use. The UI is terrible, or it's DRM'd to hell. You weren't allowed to use it half the time because of one reason or another. It's very difficult to access content that you already paid for. Like, oh, I just got hit right in the face with that dandelion. Not pleased with that. Alright, eat that. Oh, I hit the pause button again. I'm gonna hide up here. That didn't do me any good. I think there's only that one flower left though. Okay, so I only got hit like twice on that fight. So that's something, I guess. That's better than I can say for like most of my encounters on that level. Pardon me, by the way. Yeah, I think I just have to make a point of drinking more water during these videos. Alright. I like those guys, the weird mosquito men with the glasses here. They look like that anyways. See, these guys are pretty easy to dodge, like, after their first shot, because their first shot, they fire kind of as they pop up, which means they fire in a wall, right? But other than that, they just fire in, like, a cone, right? So now they're just firing streams of bullets, and it's easy to deal with. That's not so bad. See, now the ones they're stationary, it's easy. Yeah, I should have gone and dealt with those pills, because you gotta really do your due diligence. And oh, he bopped me. That was bad. All right, well, I think that's enough for that episode. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you've seen, please like the video, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like that. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.